In today's video, I am going to be showing you different high post basketball plays. The idea behind this video is because a lot of teams are like mine, where you're adding more and more guards and not as many big guys. And the reason why you would want to do this is so that you can outrun and out-hustle other teams who may be a bit bigger and stronger. So if you have a team that's generally shorter and you're going up against either a lot of man-to-man or a lot of zones defenses and very few man-to-man defenses, then these strategies will work extremely well for your team. So let's get down and let's check out these basketball plays. Really quickly, if you want a fantastic high post offense, make sure to go check out my Horns basketball playbook that is down in the description below. That's going to give you a lot of different options so that you can score out of the high post or from high post players. Okay, so first off, going up against a zone, just as a random example, let's say a 2-3 zone. It's one of the most popular zones that you'll probably run up against. I like to always start my offense in 5-out just because it's easier. You can run motions off of it and things like that. So we're going to have player 5 and 4 go up to the elbows and players 2 and 3 drop into horns. Horn is the elbows, that's why it's called horns. So you're going to have 4 and 5, 2 and 3. Now we're in horns. Now, while there's a lot of teams that'll say, or a lot of coaches that'll say, you can't run horns against a zone, they are incorrect. So player 1 is going to dribble out to the left or right side. That's going to then bring player 1 over. Player 2 is going to be covering, of course, the high post. We're going to have the entry pass into player 4. Obviously, we're not going to be doing the entry pass from the top. This has to be done from the side. From the top, it's just too hard to get that pass through. If player 4 gets that ball, what usually happens is player 5 will lift up and he will guard the high post because that's his zone. If player 4 drops too fast, then the skip pass out to player 3 is the best option. What will happen the first 2, 3, or even 4 times you run this play is player 4 is not going to drop and player 5 is going to cross across the key. This is going to be a high to low post pass so that you can get yourself the easy layup. Now, if he gets that ball and it collapses the defense, he can kick the ball out to either corner. It doesn't necessarily matter, but somebody is going to be getting an open 3-point shot. Now, I've ran this play quite a few times, and what will generally happen is the defense, when you call this play, and let's say you run it 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a row, because you know, like I've done that, they're going to start really packing the paint, which then just leaves the corner 3-point shot wide open every single time. If player 3 is able to recover out to that in time, then we're going to have player 5 go to the low post. This is going to be an entry pass into the low post. Player 4 is going to then cross. And of course, we're going to have the pass to player 4. This can be a floater. This can collapse the defense, kick out for a corner 3 on this side. Either way, somebody is going to get an easy basket. Now, I'm going to a 3-2 zone, but this also works against a 2-3 zone as well. And what we're going to have is player 5, he is going to go to the high post. Player 1 is going to dribble out towards that right side, which is now going to shift the defense over roughly something like this. Player 1 may be front facing. If he's not and they're trying to trap somehow in the corner, then in this case, what the play calls for is a pass to player 5 in the high post. When this happens, we want to see player 4 cut back door. We want to have, because this is going to collapse player 1, this is going to potentially lift up player 5. This could lift up player 4. Either way, we're going to have a cut on either side. Player 5 is going to look to pass to player 1 or to player 4. This is going to collapse the defense. We're going to then, because players 2 and 3 are going to lift, when players 1 and 4 clear out to the corners, that's when player 5 is going to be looking to pass out to one of these 4 players. Preferably out to player 1 because it's on ball side. Player 1 is going to be able to get himself an open 3-point shot. This is going to be then, of course, especially if they trap, they're going to be looking like this, which now means that player 5 needs to get somewhere open, low or high post, I don't care. Somewhere in there, pass in, right away, pass out to the opposite side. Moved the whole defense to this right side. We now have 2 players wide open for 3-point shots. In fact, this play works extremely well against a man-to-man defense as well. We're going to have player 5 go in, post up. We're going to have player 1 dribble out towards this right side. Player 5 is posting up in the high post. Now, what's going to happen, especially if these guys are not in the gaps, we're going to have player 1 and 2 cut, hopefully in front of their defender. When that happens, player 5 is going to be looking to pass to players 1 or 2, and generally speaking, the first 3 or 4 times you run this in the game, they're going to get open layups, so that's a guaranteed 6, maybe 8 points. If it's covered well, 3, 4, just like before, are going to lift. These guys are going to clear out, just like before. Now, instead of it being the corners that we're looking for against a zone, we're in man-to-man now, and what's going to happen is we're going to have player 3 or 4 get the pass from player 5, and this is just going to be a simple screen and roll between players 3 and 5. If they switch, it's even better, and then we can get ourselves an open layup. If this collapses the defense, we kick the ball out to the guards, who are going to have open 3-point shots. There's a couple of plays that you can run out of the high post that can get you some easy baskets. I hope that these plays help your team. Make sure to go check out my Horns basketball playbook that is down in the description below, and I'll see you guys again in my next video.